Hello, and welcome back to the Be Healthy and Thrive podcast. I am Brianna Wilkerson, your host, health, fitness, and life coach and essential oils advocate. And I am really excited for this episode today. So glad you're tuning in and just hope that you've been blessed by the Be Healthy and Thrive podcast so far over the last roughly year that it's been around. You know, it went live on iTunes in December, but I had been recording episodes on my blog and putting them on YouTube in particular for about 3 months before, so September. So it's been 10, 11 months, almost a year. And it's funny though that I've been feeling some shifts that need to kind of happen in my business and in Madewell coming up. And it's funny though that it's around a year of this podcast. But that's one thing, especially as entrepreneurs or anyone in life, you just know that you have to adjust as things change and you figure out how to serve your people better and you figure out how you want to serve as well. So I'm going to talk about a few things in this episode. I'm going to talk a little bit about healthy bodies because we just kind of wrapped up an amazing summit with amazing women. Then we're going to talk about Whole30 and how that's an answer to really kind of getting support around healthy body. And then there's a lot of a little bit of changes coming up, but I'm only going to share a little bit for now, primarily how it impacts my free community and how it impacts this podcast. Don't worry, it's not like intense. Still going to continue podcasting because I love it so much. So first of all, we over the last month, this month in August as well as in June, and throughout the year, I'll focus specifically on a healthy body. And there are 7 different pillars of a healthy body that I've come to see really support really having that overall health and wellness for the rest of your life in a natural, sustainable way. You know, nutrition is the first one, and we tend to actually think about healthy as just in nutrition and exercise actually, but those are only 2 of the 7 elements. Nutrition is the foundation. It is the foundation of our body being able to operate the way it should. Nutrition by nature just means nourishment. How do we give our body the nourishment it needs in regards to macronutrients, in regards to micronutrients, vitamins, minerals, water, all of these different things? How do we feed our physical body in the way that it needs? And that is something that I do a lot of work around, and that's why I often talk about the Whole30. It's one nutrition solution. But yeah, a lot of eating more whole foods, eating less processed food, eating less foods with preservatives. Those are some of the things that I work with my clients. And how do we make the shift of having sustainable habits in those areas? But again, it's not just nutrition. It's foundational, but it's not just nutrition. Exercise is another main thing. How do we foster more movement? Really, that's kind of what it is, more movement in our lives. We just live in a society that it's so easy to just sit. It's so easy to not move. And more so than that, it's so easy to put ourselves and our bodies in positions that are not what we would call functional, are not helpful, and actually hurt our bodies more than help it. And so, as many of you know, I've recently become a CrossFit level 1 trainer, and I've been doing CrossFit for 4 or 5 years. And yes, it can seem intimidating. It can seem like crazy, but the real heart behind it is to help you be healthy and fit for the rest of your life and be able to do what we call functional movements, these universal movements, these natural, safe, essential movements that can help you just live your life. Squatting, sitting on a toilet. Hey, you have to squat while you do that. Deadlifting, picking something off the ground in a sustainable way that doesn't pull out your back. Pulling your body up, being able to, like if you're in a situation where you need to pull your body up, sitting up, you sit out of bed every morning. So it's just these different functional movements, and we definitely incorporate intensity. We incorporate carrying large loads, long distances quickly, all these different things. And I'm going to focus more on fitness and exercise in the month of September. But that is just essential: movement, exercise, fitness. And then the third thing is stress management, because we live in an age where we can be stressed more than any other age probably, because there's so many things coming at us. There's so many things coming at us each day. And there's so many reasons to be overwhelmed and to be stressed. And really, our bodies respond to physical and mental stress the same way, and we are stressed all the time. And that just wreaks a havoc on your body in regards to adrenaline, fight or flight, cortisol, so many things, holding on to weight, all these different things that happen when your body is just overly stressed. And so stress management is essential to having a healthy body. And then the next thing, the fourth kind of pillar of a healthy body is sleep. You know, I was recently listening to this podcast by Ben Bergeron. He's a kind of a CrossFit fitness trainer, trains some of the top athletes that actually win the CrossFit Games or rank really high. I love his podcast, Chasing Excellence, and his book, actually, Chasing Excellence, because he has just such a great heart and such a great way of leading people that it's about being excellent and using fitness to do that. Anyways, and he, recently in one of his podcasts called Desert and Health, I think, hopefully I can link it in here, he talks about, you know, he got asked this question, if someone could only exercise twice a week or ate out at pizza joint for a whole week or only slept 4 hours, which is like the thing that you advise them not to do the most? And he's like, well, if you eat poorly for a week, you can keep functioning. You'll feel bad about it, like physically, and then you'll start doing well. To you know, if you're having a very active lifestyle in general, and then you work out twice a week, you'll be okay. But if you sleep 4 hours a week, 4 hours a day, you could be almost kind of like pre-diabetic. Like, and they did a study with Harvard, I think it was, and showed that is true. Less than 6 hours of sleep a night made some of these students pre-diabetic or something like that. And that really just goes to show you the importance of sleep. And really what happens in our body at the basic level is our body gets to rest and restore. Our body is constantly, we're constantly using it. We're constantly using our mind, and we are finite. We're not able to just keep going. So sleep allows every part of us, our emotions, our mind, our body to just rest and restore. So you need sleep. And there's so many reasons why you not shouldn't sleep, but it's easy to make it not happen. And so those are some of the things that I work a lot on with clients, because I've seen it in my own life, what happens when I don't sleep and when I sleep. And actually sleep can help weight loss and weight gain, weight management. No, yep, go sleep now. So those are 4 things: nutrition, exercise, stress management, and sleep. And then the 5th is digestion. And I use this statistic often, but it's important. 60-80% of your immune system's in your gut. If you are having some sort of digestive issue, there is something going on, and we need to deal with that. It's not just normal. And so many people have been diagnosed with certain conditions, and it's important to understand, is this just sensitivity? Is this a condition? And how to treat your body well. But primarily, one of the things I really tell people to care for their digestion and their gut is to eat more whole foods, less processed food, and eat good bacteria. So whether that's kombucha, whether that's probiotics, fermented foods, do that, because you need good bacteria to fight off that bad bacteria. All right. That's it. I just actually ran up the stairs. I had to pause this to get battery life. I'm just being all natural on this podcast, and that's fine. So that's why I'm a little out of breath. Okay, so that's digestion. And then 6 is reducing toxic load. And I did I did a couple different classes on this, and this is what I kind of talk about when I write Focus on Cleanse and Detox, is that we have way too many toxins that we are exposed to, even on things such as fruits and vegetables, even in our air, even in our so-called natural skin products. And what I really want to encourage you is to recognize that your body is meant to detox things, right? Your liver does its job. It's like, oh, these things, let's get them out. But when it's overloaded with toxins, your liver can only do so much that it will hide in your fat cells and then release it slowly throughout time. And that could hurt your body. So that's why when you do eat better, you do lose weight, you lose fat, you lose those toxins, and you feel a lot better. So finding simple, natural solutions to slowly start reducing our toxic load is super important to having a healthy body, because it's not just about, you know, how you look on the exterior. It's super important what's going on in the interior as well. And then the 7th area is kind of combination of 2 things, and that's mindset and habits, but also other areas of your life. I could have done 8, but I think it's important because I'm going to break down those 3 things that compromise that one thing. Your mindset around anything in life is super important, because there's a kind of like 6 pillars of mindset I think I've talked about in a couple of my episodes before, but your beliefs, your thoughts, your words, emotions, your actions, then create your reality. So what you believe to be true about something will dictate your reality about that. So if you believe healthy eating is not fun, it's only for this reason, you're always going to be deprived, you will not eat healthy naturally and sustainably, because that's what I'm all about. You getting a healthy body naturally and sustainably. Your mindset towards food, your relationship to it is super important. I have had a broken relationship with food. I did a series with Nicole Krantz back in March about feeling flawed and restoring your relationship with food, your body, and yourself. Really important. And really what I want to encourage you to really ask yourself is what you really think about healthy living. What do you really think about taking care of yourself and getting a healthy body? Because that's important. And then some of the other things is that will then dictate your habits or your actions, right? We have to redo our habits. And the only way to redo your habit is to put a good one in there. You can't just be absent of it. So if you find yourself drinking a Coke every day and you want to stop that, well, you have to just drink a glass of water or drink some LaCroix, whatever. You have to replace it in some way. And then other areas of your life. So when I went to the Institute for Integrative Nutrition to get my holistic health coaching certificate, one thing that I loved and really actually sealed the deal for the school was the fact that really what primarily feeds us is not what we put on our plate. That's our secondary food. What primarily feeds us are things such as relationships, are things such as career, physical activity, spirituality, like all these other areas. And that's what I've talked about in my businesses. Your finances, your career, your relationships, all these things are super important. They impact your physical health and your physical health impacts them. So there's totally in this symbiotic relationship, right? So paying attention to those other areas of your life will give you a healthy body to give you a healthy life. And so those are the 7 areas that I've been unpacking over the last few years in many different ways. In the summit I just did, in some challenges I do, in the work that I do one-on-one with clients. And also, those are the 7 pillars I address in my Whole30 Made Easy 6-week program. Yes, the primary thing in that program is an elimination diet where you're getting a chance to eat more whole natural foods, reset your body, reset your cravings, reset all these areas, and then figure out your bio-individual diet. But I incorporate all those areas in because I think it's just important to look and think about those areas as you're already being more what we would call health conscious. And so if you are ready for this so-called healthy body, right, because this is my last time I'm going to be running the Whole30 for the rest of the year as a group, kind of like everyone's doing it together thing. I really encourage you to sign up like today. Well, enrollment closes August 31st. But there are 2 options. There are the online group option, which includes weekly resources you actually have access to all right away, preparation packet, Facebook group, live Q&As on Facebook, and so much more accountability. So it's going to be $249 US for that 6-week program, which is like less than $50 a week for all that different content, which it's valued at way more than that. And you're getting my support every day when you ask questions and things. I'll be in there. I'm supporting you. Or you can do the one-on-one, which includes the same thing as the group, but 3 one-on-one 30-minute coaching calls where I can support you before, during, and after the Whole30 in your unique plan. And some people need that, some people don't. And that's $499 US, or we can do 2 payments as well, if that's something you need. But if you feel like just doing it as an online group, that's one way to do it. So that's one way that I really give people, other than working long-term one-on-one with me, a 6-week kind of intensive to kind of applying these principles for the healthy body and really kind of getting started. And many people have worked with me for the Whole30 and has just seen a lot of great transformation. And it's been like the Kickstarter they need. And so that's why I talk about healthy body, then I tend to talk about the Whole30. Now, what does this all play into in regards to direction for Madewell, direction for my business, direction for podcasts? Like, why am I including that in this episode? Really, I'm going to explain it and then we'll kind of tell you the ending result of this. So I have found that even though I do life coaching in all these other areas of your life, the primary way that people really work with me and are ready to start caring about their health and really start the personal self-development journey of caring for themselves is their physical health, primarily working in those 7 areas of a healthy body. And when we tend to work in those areas, that's when they see all these other areas are important. And then maybe they're done working on their physical health, they feel good, but then we work on these other areas. And the Whole30 has been like a program that I do that, right? And after really doing this summit this past week, I've really seen how much I love leading people in those 7 areas, how much my clients and how much the people in my Facebook group and my list, all these, and Instagram, all these people respond to this because they're searching for ways to take care of themselves in those areas that naturally, sustainably, simply, and they can get support in. And so I've also been thinking, and I'll talk a lot more about this going up, but there's going to be some shifts in my time capacity in the new year. I'm going to be taking on some new roles and things, and I'm going to have time for my business, maybe just not as much, but I'm still so passionate. Like, it is my absolute joy and calling to work with women and caring for their health and their life. It is like the thing that I wake up thinking about. I love doing. I end my day thinking, okay, that just sounds obsessive, but I really love doing it. And it brings me so much joy to coach in this way. And so I have just been thinking through different ways to kind of, one, reach the right people who are trying to learn in these areas, and also serve more people in one capacity. So I've been brainstorming some things, and I'm wondering, like, should I share everything or should I just wait? Dun, dun, dun. I'll share some things, and then as I'm talking, maybe I can share everything. And so I am just going to basically rename a couple things so that I can be able to reach people, whether it's you guys listening or people, I haven't, and really be clear about what I am. So Be Healthy and Thrive is great. That is within my logo. That's in my mission. That's ultimately what I want to do. But since I typically work with people starting with their health or getting a healthy body, I'm going to be renaming this podcast to the Healthy Body Podcast. It's just going to happen. Hopefully starting next week. Hopefully September's first episode will have that in there. And again, it's not that I'm not going to talk about these other areas of health and life. In December, I'm going to start talking about life and all these other areas again, because I think they're important to overall healthy lifestyle. But I just really want to hone in on these different 7 areas of physical health and healthy body. So everything else is staying the same, but it's just the name of things will change. So also going to be changing the name of my Facebook community to align, my free Facebook community to align with the podcast. So right now, the podcast is Be Healthy and Thrive. The Facebook community is Healthy and Thriving Women. The Facebook community is going to be called something along the lines of Healthy Body Community. So it's okay. That's the podcast. This is the community, right? So you're able to kind of easily make that connection. And so that's kind of some way that I'm trying to really hone in and streamline on the things that I could really work with people in this particular capacity. And so I'm just going to share with you actually the big shift that is probably going to happen in, I'm hoping November. We'll see. So again, I primarily work with people in short-term programs like the Whole30, which I'm still going to do a couple times a year, as I've been doing, because it's just such a great program. But I primarily do one-on-one coaching with people. I tend to see that that's the way that a lot of women tend to want to work with me, or they actually want to work in kind of like this group setting. Actually, let me rephrase that. I love working with people in a group setting for stuff like workshops, or just continually getting support in stuff like Facebook groups, answering people's questions on live, and then in this higher paid capacity with one-on-one coaching and getting personalized one-on-one coaching. And I'm still going to continue one-on-one coaching in the new year, but it's going to have limited amount of spots just because of my limited amount of time, right? And so I'll talk to you, if that's something you're interested in, I would definitely reach out, because definitely in the new year, I'm going to be scaling down how much one-on-ones I do. But I've been really toying with this idea for a while. And if you're still listening, I know you're in it to win it. Thank you. I've been toying with this idea for a while, and I tried something like it a year ago, but it wasn't as specified as I would like it to be. And so I don't think it reached people in the same way. The reason why I am telling you now, because I am probably going to put a wait list link in this video, that if you're interested in something like it now, mind you, it's not till 3 months from now, you can join the wait list and you'll be the first to know when it gets launched. But if you are looking for a healthy body now, do the Whole30 program, because that's the primary way you can get support in that. So basically, my heart and my goal is, again, serve as many people as I can. And really, actually, it's to create a community of women that are committed to each other, that support one another, and where they don't feel alone and they feel like they belong, and on an ongoing basis, getting support from me, getting support from everyone, and that they're known and they're cared for. And so, dun, 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 drum roll, roughly in November, if everything goes as planned, mind you, I have a lot of changes coming up. This is the hope that in November, I'm going to be launching something called the Healthy Body Academy, which is going to be a membership type, paid membership type community. Now, how is this academy going to be different than the free community? So in the free community, what's to soon be known, the Healthy Body community, for women, that's going to be primarily a place where there'll be just like, short little prompts, little tips of encouragement. I'll definitely keep sharing my podcast in there and be around if you're just wanting some touch points, some accountability, that sort of thing. And then, I'll have, challenges from time to time, different live events from time to time. But really, because of the just shift in my time, I'm going to be really focusing on the few one-on-one clients that I will have, but also this membership community, because in this membership community, the structure may change a little bit as I think through it more, but I wanted to invite you into this process because I care for you and I want you to take part of this. As something for you. So I wanted to tell you a little bit about it from now. There will be, I know there are some things for sure, but there will be a monthly masterclass. So I do a lot of workshops, a lot in person, but some online, and they're all in my Member Vault course database. And I want to make those available to this membership community, to my archive of trainings. But also, I know a gifting that I have and something that really lights me up is teaching the things that I learn about health so that they can benefit the people that I love and that I'm serving. And so there will be a monthly masterclass bundle that will include it would touch on one of these 7 pillars of a healthy body: nutrition, digestion, stress, sleep, exercise, and so forth. And then there will also be mini challenges in there. Now, the challenge isn't intense. It would be applying something from the masterclass. How do we together apply something like drinking water or getting sleep? How can we do that? And then in order to be able to, I'll be answering questions. There will be a private Facebook group for the people in the members in the Healthy Body Academy to ask questions, share wins, get support all month long. But also, I also do a specific, and I'll go Facebook Live in there all the time, but I will do a specific Facebook Live once a month to answer questions around the masterclass. Say if you have a time to go through it and you're saying, okay, I want to do this. I have a question about what did you mean, what probiotics are best and all those different things, whatever. That's what that would be for. But then I actually think this is something I do with my clients, getting support, getting tips, but it's important to celebrate your wins and be grateful and set goals or intentions for the next month. So I'll do a monthly gratitudes and intentions Facebook Live as well to just help you process wow, this happened. I may not have accomplished this, but I did this one thing. Because that is when you start to see transformation, when you start to do one little thing at a time and then can acknowledge that you've done it, and then you can set intentions for the next week or the next month or the next day. Again, there'll be the bonuses will be a private Facebook group, accountability partner if you want that, access to my training courses library. And so this will be an ongoing membership. And I really want to be able to serve women in a way that, they can get more support than free stuff, but maybe it's not the right season or they can't afford this one-on-one stuff, right? So that's my heart. And so this whole focus on healthy body, which is what I already do. And it does, now mind you, I do care about other areas of your life and I will still do that, but it's just helping people be able to hone in. And really my heart is to help women get a healthy body naturally and sustainably, overcome this roller coaster dieting. And it's done with that. And we're ready to take care of ourselves. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, mind you, it's not going to be till November, and then I'm going to help the women in the holidays a little bit with some stuff, but then in the new year we'll really kick off. I encourage you to join the waitlist, and I'm just going to attach a little form here where you just enter your name and your email, and you'll join the waitlist, and so you'll be the first to know as I go along the different things that I'm doing. And so this Healthy Body Academy, to sum it up, that is the main thing I'll be launching around that. So I'm going to summarize everything so far. So I see the main work that I do is helping women get a healthy body to have a healthy life, and looking at all those 7 areas. The Whole30 is kind of a short, intensive way that I do that, as well as I serve one-on-one. But going forward, just with some changes happening personally and in my life and career, I am just wanting to serve more women doing things that I love, that seem to meet their needs, and in a way that can also meet their, everyone's needs and help us all be healthy. And so I'm going to be renaming this podcast to the Healthy Body Podcast. I'm going to be renaming my free Facebook women's group to Healthy Body Community or something like that. And then I'll be doing something more of a paid membership community roughly in November called the Healthy Body Academy. And if you want, the 2 action points for you would be that around healthy body is, one, if you feel like the Whole30 is for you, check out the program. You have a few more days to sign up and join. Let me know if you have questions. To join the wait list for the Healthy Body Academy that's going to hopefully launch in November. That's exciting. I hope you're excited. I've gotten a lot clearer over these last 2 weeks, really, actually a couple months thinking through all this. And I just was like, you know what? I care for my people. And I'm the sort of person that I don't like to just drop things on people. I like to let them know, let them think. And I appreciate when people do that with me as well. And so that's kind of the direction of the coaching side of my business, on how you can get support right now and potentially support in the fall and the new year. And then a little bit around essential oils. So as you all know, I do kind of essential oil bonus features on this, and I still want to do them. I try to do one a month. But after putting up all the coaching episodes, it's kind of hard to always just put up the oil, but I definitely talk about oils in my oil community. So up until this month, I've had a Madewell Essential Oils community, doTERRA community, for those who are kind of wholesale customers underneath my team, and just as a way to really support them in using their oils. And we do oils education. There's sometimes some classes. But I just thought, as I, again, make some shifts into the new year, and I just want to serve people more. Like, I don't ever want basic education to kind of, especially when it comes to oils, because it is something that I think that a lot of people are knowing is available but aren't understanding. And so what I have loved is the support that I've received around understanding these oils, what they are, what they're good for, how to use them, and the impact they can have on your health. And I want to make that available. So I've opened up my Madewell doTERRA Essential Oil community to anyone interested in learning specifically about essential oils, but doTERRA oils and products as well. It's not a place to have a fight around which company's better. Like, that's never my fight. I don't want to do that. I want to educate people, but I am going to come from my education from the point of view of this is the company and this is how they test their oil, that sort of thing. So if you're interested in learning more about doTERRA essential oils, or just essential oils in general, you've been listening to these bonus features I've had, I encourage you to join my essential oil Facebook community. I will link it here, the Madewell doTERRA Essential Oil Community, and really just join, introduce yourself, and share your experience with oils and how you want to learn. So that's one way that I still help people have a healthy body, primarily in the reduce the toxic load part. That's the main solutions that I've used, and hopefully that it can help you use as well. So that's a lot, but it's also exciting. So again, I'm going to summarize one more time. There are 7 different pillars of a healthy body: nutrition, exercise, stress, digestion, sleep, toxic load, mindset, habits, and other areas of your life. The Whole30 addresses all those 7 areas. My 6-week program, last time offering it for the year, so join us for September. Go to the link, madewell345.com/whole30madeeasy. And in the, starting September, hopefully if everything aligns in time, I'm going to rename this podcast to the Healthy Body Podcast. Still going to talk about the same things, just renaming it. Rename my free Facebook community to the Healthy Body Community, roughly. Still toying with that name, but it's going to be Healthy Body somewhere in there. Going to be launching a Healthy Body Academy, a paid membership community where you'll get monthly masterclass, monthly mini challenge, monthly Facebook Live, accountability partners, monthly gratitude intentions, and a lot of great value for a very affordable price. And then I welcome you, if you're interested in learning more about essential oils, to join my Madewell doTERRA Essential Oil community. So this is a lot, but I had another episode planned actually for this, but I said, you know what, I need to go do this and just let people know where I'm at from now, kind of make some of these changes and journey with me along the way. So that's it from me. I'm excited for what's to come. And if you aren't a part of any of my free Facebook communities online, be sure to join them. Go to the links within this. Be sure to also join the waitlist for the Healthy Body Academy if that's something you're interested in. Again, waitlist is just your name and email. And you'll be updated with things that I'm doing throughout the next couple months, it's going to focus on exercise and then stress and sleep and some holiday stuff, and then hopefully launch the academy. And so, yeah, check out all the links for this. I would love to get to know you more. Maybe you've been listening a while, but you haven't talked. I would love to hear from you. You can follow me on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, all those things, YouTube. My handles for the main social media handle is Stuff is Made Well 345. Everything's just that to make it easy. All right. Happy day. I will see you on the next episode, which will either be a bonus oil episode, or I think it may be just we're going to start with exercise. And I'll probably be doing I'm going to be doing a solo episode to kick off the month focus around exercise and fitness. And there's so many amazing things planned for this. I got some ballers on the podcast. Like, I went to them and I was like, listen, I need you to talk about this because you're awesome. And I geek out on some of those sessions. And then I am doing 2 oil classes focused on fitness, one locally, one online. Then I'm also doing a coaching, one on fitness and exercise, one locally and one online. So trying to reach out to both of my people groups, right? So stay tuned for that next week, but check out everything that I talked about for this episode in the links below. All right, friends, have a good day. And if you see the Healthy Body podcast come up for the next episode, it's this one. Remember, but I'm renaming it. Okay? Talk to you later. Bye.